Well, hello everyone. I thought today we would go over this song, and it's in the key of G. And really, for the most part, the melody comes out in the chords, but you have to pick some notes around those chords. So I thought I'd show it to you, because if you know the chords and you work at it, you can actually bring the melody out with those chords, and the song will become recognizable without you singing it. At least that's my goal, since it's hard for me to sing anymore. Seems like my range just isn't there the older I get. So I try to bring the melody out with the chords. It's a challenge sometimes, because what I'm hearing, I'm hoping it's coming across the way it's going on in my brain. Sometimes it doesn't come out that way. I think it is, but when the person's listening, they don't hear it. So it's a challenge, but I think this one's a doable one, because for the most part, the notes are within the G major pentatonic scale. What do I mean by that? I think I've showed this to you before, but in the upper position, because that's where we're going to stay today, right up here where the most, they say most of the money's made up here on the songs you write, but that for the most part, we're going to stay up here. And we're going to play in the key of G, and the G major pentatonic scale looks like this. And most of the notes for this song the notes that you play in between the chords will be within that pentatonic scale. The chords actually bring out the rest, okay? So we're gonna give it a try, and we'll see. It's not perfect that way, but it's pretty close. So if you know that scale and you get that in your head along with these chords, when you go to put them together, you'll see you're finding your way around a little bit better naturally, okay? But for today, I think what I'm going to do is just play the chords, and then I'm going to pick in between them to bring the melody out, let you see that, and see if you can find your way the same way, okay? I'll see if it works for you, okay? And let me know, give me feedback on it. If it's not simple enough, I guess I have to go back to the drawing board. Sometimes I hit it and sometimes I don't. I do know, though, that it takes practice, okay? And also understanding how I pick, because my thumb is pretty much dedicated to strings 6, 5, and 4, and these three fingers are pretty much picking strings 3, 2, and 1, okay? So if a note comes up on the third string, it's this finger that's taking care of it. Second string and first string, so on, okay? All right, so if you hear, you'll see that these fingers are staying in their place. And then also you'll see my hand is such that sometimes I'm muting notes, so I could easily put the palm of my hand down just slightly, ever so slightly, to kind of change the way the notes come across. So these chords, they're pretty simple chords. They're chords that you should know if you've been playing any length of time. They're just easy chords, I think. And if you don't know them, get them down, because they show up in many songs, okay? So knowing these chords is really important. In fact, what you could do is put in the search engine for YouTube Kenny Rogers through the years and listen to him play. And then find the chord chart on Ultimate Guitar, or just go to your Google search, put in through the years chords, and look under images, and you'll probably find a chord chart in the key of G that you can print out or bring up on your screen. And while you're listening to Kenny Rogers, play the chords along with it, you know, even if it's strumming. Okay, so it might be just that simple. Some of them might be more advanced and you can pick along. But get used to the chords and get used to when they change. Okay? And then just repeat it over and over again. Spend time with it. Okay? I mean, I've played this song over and over again several times today, and I still don't have it in my brain. But then I'm getting older, so I don't remember things the same as I used to. But so I have it here still helping me along. My goal is to be able to just play it without looking, because then I can really concentrate on it, really concentrate on putting a little more emotion into it and not just playing what I see. Do you see what I mean? There's a difference when you know a song, you know the chords. You don't have to, you're not spending your time and your energy looking at a chord chart. You're putting it into the music. It really is a lot better. I really do agree with that. But I have to say, it's sometimes it's hard to remember things. So you got the chord chart. Use it. It works. Okay, so we're going to be using it today here as I go through this with you. But let's start out by going through the chords, and I'll put the chord charts up as I go through it. And then after that, I'll just call out the chords, okay? But let's go through the chords without trying to pick melody around it first. G, E minor, G seventh, C, D, B minor, and then to D seventh. G, B seventh, E minor, G seventh, and C, B minor, E minor, C, D. Okay, did you get that? And then you go, years, you never, E minor, let me down. That's D seventh to B minor, E minor, A minor, and D seventh, B minor, never been afraid, B minor, E minor, C, I use A minor seventh, and then G. Okay, so that's the chords. So you gotta learn those chords, get it down, listen to Kenny, look at the chord chart, spend time with just getting that down, even if it's just doing downstrokes with it, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever level you're at, pick one of these and work on it, okay? Now, if you're a little more advanced, then maybe you can start picking it out. And so that's a little bit more advanced. Went through the chords now. So now we're going to go through the chords, and then in between those chords, we'll try to pick out the melody, okay? And again, the melody is going to fall within the scale for the G chord. And in this case, I think most of it falls within the G pentatonic scale. G major pentatonic scale. It's right here. It starts with the G note, 6th fret. And then it goes over to the 5th string, open 2nd, then 4th string, open 2nd, open 2nd, and then go to the 2nd string, open 3rd, 1st string, open 3rd. Okay, so if you learn that scale, it'll help you, because when you're playing in G, a lot of times your melody falls within those notes. And and you'll find that you can find your melody a little easier with just knowing that. Move on a little bit here. So I'm going to play the chords, and I'm going to go slow, and then in between I'm going to bring out the notes. Okay, you ready? All right, here we go. All right. I'm starting out with an open, we're just playing the D string open, or the 4th string open, and then play the G chord. And then again, we're going to play the 3rd string, and then we're going to fret open. So you can see my fingers here. And then we're going to go to the B7th. Got that? So. Got that? D, B minor, D7th. Open again, G. We're going to repeat it. B7th, E minor, C, B minor, E, C, D. Okay. B minor, E minor, A minor, open, and then B minor, E minor, A minor, D7th, and then G. Okay? All right, so let's go through that just one last time. So, G, B minor, E minor, C, D, B minor, G, I hope that in some of it you might pick some of it out. And I'm gonna think about it. I might find a better way to bring this across, but I just think it's a beautiful song, and it's a lot of fun to play, even if you can't get the melody out within it. To just strum it, sing it, play along with it on somebody else singing it, but it's just a great song, and I think if you get those chords down, it's a pretty easy song to learn. All right. Okay, so I'm going to leave it right there, and I hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.